second. You know, that ought to make Red Rutherford happy. I finally made a mistake. But anyway, this is Gary, and I'm along with Tommy. He'll be here with me tonight, a little later on. And Carl King's on the camera. And by the way, we are playing Bexley tonight. I don't know what Bexley's record is, but I think London matched up pretty well with them over there at Bexley's big gym. We're looking forward to a pretty good game tonight. These teams are getting ready to go into the tournament, so I'm sure they're going to bring their game face tonight, tournament game face tonight. The girls did have a game last night, and they turned up the notch and really big time, come out with a big win. I think they're 18-1 now, something like that. So we got a good program here in the school ranks. By the way, 9th grade lost in the tournament over to Licking Valley.
Watch your mouth.
No, they had a pretty good bunch of kids this year, and they won the first game, and then they went to Licking Valley, and Licking Valley had a pretty big team. So you win some, you lose some are draw. But anyway, you people stick around, because we got a ball game coming in just a few seconds, and don't go away. I think you'll enjoy it. Buzzer, so it's time to get the game started. We'll be introducing the teams right now. Ready for the big time lineups. Brandon White will be starting at 5'9". Boy, he's running that line off fast, ain't he? Yeah, we got Clemens and Van Horn for London so far. Brandon Wheeler is also starting. Yeah, I think that's this young man over here, son. Real quick ball player. So there's starting number 3 is a sophomore like you said. And that's a good sign, because that's a sign of things to come. I think they got another sophomore on the team, too. Number 1 is a sophomore. He's not starting. Ready to rumble.
J.R. Duffy. He's been around for a while.
Yeah, he was all leg last year, I think. All something. How tall is Duff?
6'6", I believe. 6'7".
Yeah, he is 6'6".
Got Edley out helping handle the basketball.
Yeah, they might be wanting Wheeler to come off just like that. Come off of a screen. Throw up a 3. See. And you know Bexley's going to be putting it up.
If Van Horn gets his hands and feet ready to shoot the ball, he's capable of big things.
Van Horn up that time didn't quite make it, but he's got to shoot, and he's got to shoot with confidence, and he's got to keep shooting, even though he may miss, because nobody's going to make them all. It's number 3. That's Brandon White for them. Duffy.
Brandon was half a step and wrong arm all.
I'm surprised he didn't dunk it. He's been here a long time. Wheeler spots up for 3.
He hits it.
They give it to him. Wheeler went down on hit the floor like he's going to play some defense. Let's see how he moves this time. Defense is the name of the game, there's no doubt about it. If your defense isn't working, then you might as well forget.
Duffy with the shot and the miss. That's good defense by Edley.
Timmons has got to make those shots. Here comes the sophomore. He went up that time and turned back just so he could pull that to get that foul. Duffy's been out in the south end with them brothers playing. Look at the size of him. Yeah. Yeah, that's that new boing, boing, boing.
Ask his dad how much he paid for those shoes.
How much you pay for those shoes, man? How much you pay for those shoes? He said he got them on sale.
He said he got them on sale.
$1.98.
Send them back. That's the thing they use. He likes North Carolina.
I know that's right. They're number 1 now, aren't they? Boy, in a bad spot to receive the ball there. Had 2 other defensive players on him. Half-court line and the sideline.
Yeah.
The score is 5-3. London's down by 2 right now.
That's a foul. All day long, that's a foul.
Here they come, 24.
Except for tonight. All night long, I guess it's different.
LaCroix knocks in and runs the score up to 7-3 now. Edley spots up long distance. Edley did not even have the ball in a shooting position that time. Got to want the ball. Good hustle by Timmons. Van Horn backs it off.
Shoot it, Teddy.
Teddy. Oh. Back up by Timmons. 2. $7-5. Let him keep this pace up. How long can we run this pace, Tom? Steal by Edley. Dunk it, Edley.
Good hustle.
Little rugrat snuck underneath of him and took the ball. 7-5. We got 2 more games. They moved Miami Trace game to London. Last game of the season. Wheeler slashes, and it's good.
Tie ball game.
What's the score, Tom?
7-7.
Good call.
007. plays, slows down the tempo. This is not the disciplined veteran Bexley team that we've seen in the past. I believe they have
got a jump ball. Timmons kind of turned right into the weak side help there.
One senior starter and the rest are sophomores and juniors.
Right. So they're working for the future. And I see they got Guston as a reserve coach. And I was hearing that this coach is about ready to retire. Guston might pop right in that head coaching job. One thing I think bad about this situation here is Guston coached here, so he probably knows. If we call out a play, he knows what it is. They know what it is before we even run it. I've been mean. Is it raining out there?
Yeah. Raining hard.
Man. I meant to ask you, now that you're a little older, do you want me to call you Tom or Tommy? You like Tommy?
That's what my mom calls me.
Oh, yeah, I ain't gonna go there.
The thing my dad called me was an 8 for 7.
Yeah. Yeah, you want all the catfish. Well, he used to catch a lot of catfish too.
Yeah.
It's supposed to bring cats and dogs out there. Somebody come in there a while ago, had 2 beagles.
Maybe we can have Coach Long just every time they go past, run out there with that towel, wipe the water up, get back.
Is this a sign that we need a new gym? At least the plaster isn't going to fall through like the other school because there's no plaster up there. We lost that levy, and I tell you, it might have been a big mistake. The longer it takes to pass it, the more money it's going to cost. Yeah, gets the roller. Number 5, O'Donnell. Had a farm. He's a senior. Timmons, you got to go up strong, buddy. Good job.
For 2.
Tie ball game once again. London's hanging tough. His first quarter, we got better than half a quarter over, and we got a tie ball game. Good defense.
Wheeler for 2.
Wheeler for 2 more.
Puts London up 2.
Go, boys. You keep putting them in, I'll keep marking them down. It gives Wheeler 7 points for this first quarter. Well, we're getting an awful lot of shots on both teams going through to the bucket. I don't hold it up too long. He was thinking. Timmons, strong, 2.
Assist by Edley.
London took the lead, 13-11. That's a good sign, but it's awful early.
Over the back.
Good job.
No. Duffy.
Big Duff. JR.
Over the back.
You ever notice?
Excellent box out.
You ever notice most people with 2 initials, like use 2 initials in their name, are usually good athletes, like OJ, JR. That's the truth. I tried to get Jaron. His name was JC. There was a JC. Caroline was tough. Oh, too easy. And the sophomore loses it.
Blocking foul.
Good call. I'm glad to see Clemens make the move and be aggressive.
And quit playing with that basketball behind the back. Just either go hard left, hard right, straight.
Go toward the bucket. Come help.
I told him that. He was at the LABC game. I told him quit playing with that basketball.
Yeah.
He said, "What do you mean, Coach?" I said, "Watch my boy."
Yeah. Reggie get the ball. He going for the bucket. He got that from Ronnie.
Wheeler with the rebound. Brought it down to his waist.
London hustle back. I like that. Good hustle. That's what's going to kill him.
One man open.
And they take the lead, 14-13. The 3-point shot's going to kill us. Got to break that time because we was getting ready to throw it away.
Yeah. Saved me. Gotta keep someone in the middle.
What do kids call that? The candy corner?
Yeah.
Cookie jar corner or something. It's caught in there, they pick you clean.
We've got Robinson, Dickens, and Laney into the ball game for Edley, Timmons, and Van Horn.
Minute 49 to go in the first quarter. Boy, that boy didn't even see that ball and turned around and snatched it right in midair. That's that number 1 who is only a sophomore. Kenny Werman. Good play by Robinson. He was able to keep the ball in play. Robinson, he's a freshman coming off the bench for London. Matter of fact, I don't have his name down.
Yeah, you better put him down there.
What's his number?
The
42. Well, they just moved him up just like a few games ago to the varsity. What I've seen, he's holding his own. B.J. Laney. And Wheeler goes in and gets his shot knocked to the wind, and here comes fast break. Number 24. 16-13. Wheeler goes up strong, gets his own rebound, and it won't go the second time. And we're down to under 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. 3-point deficit.
Watch Duffy.
Duffy's not in there now. Yeah, he is. JR. Who shot JR? They're going to hold it to the last shot. They got a young team out there. Duffy's probably the oldest one, being a senior. Slasher, and London comes up with the ball with 5 seconds and can't control it, so it won't be nothing. It's good if it goes.
At the end of one, score Bexley 16, London 13.
So we've had, Wheeler had like 7 points, and Timmons had 6. That's our 13 points. I've seen some other shots that looked like they would have been, could have made a difference, but it didn't go down. It's been a real tight game. We were within 1 point until we got the substitution in there. And that's what I was watching for, to see if there's going to be much change when we end up subbing 3 players. You got any good boys coming up?
Pardon?
You got any good boys coming up for the varsity or reserves next year?
12 of them.
12 of them, huh? Yeah, that's a good answer. Ain't gonna single out. That's a good shot of the crowd, Carl. Who's that with the baby? That's probably not a real baby, is it? 16-13.
Carrying around the dolls, huh?
Yeah, it's something in the class in the school, and they have to take it everywhere they go. I guess it teaches you.
My question is, what if they like it? They say, hey, I want one of these.
Oh, Lord, then there's problems. Dickens goes up under the bucket, but Duffy's about a head taller than he is, and that's going to be a few shots knocked away.
And we got to get Robinson in the game. Set a good pick.
J.R. Duffy. The sophomores were running the floor well. They just didn't finish. Robinson. He just couldn't get a handle on it.
You know, he missed that pass, but the play prior to that, he was underneath the bucket and one of the first guys back the other end on defense.
I'm talking about Robinson?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a lot younger. He's got a lot more strength.
He'll be all right.
Get him, ball. Out of bounds to Bexley. Jump ball.
And the thing Robinson is, he's a gym rat. That's talking to Pat Thomas, I believe they're neighbors. He's a juvenile probation officer. He said Robinson's out there, rain, sleet, and snow. He wants a basketball in his hand.
That's a good sign. You can't get anything to fall either team. We've still got a score of 16-13, 2 minutes into the second quarter. London down by 3. Robinson had his hand on the rim that time.
He got caught up in the mix.
That boosted the score up to 18-3. Got a 5-point game now. What are we running here, Tom?
There's some sort of motion with a double pick.
He's slipping the guy back door. Wheeler spots up. No good. Score's still 18-13. Well, that'll kill you. They're starting to sneak away. That first bunch he had in there, somebody's missing. Timmons, Hadley. Store's trying to slip away from these guys. Get too far down and it's hard to get back. We got an 8-point difference now.
Yeah, 21-13 with 5 minutes left in the second.
Number 1, Worman, 5'7" sophomore, went up and blocked that shot. And number 3, Brandon White comes back into the game. He's another sophomore, so we got 2 sophomores, 2 seniors in the game for Bexley. London's back to just about the original start lineup.
By Robinson.
Robinson gets 2. That's his first 2. He lays around that basket and he's tall enough. He's almost dropping the ball in when he goes up. Rebound by Dickin.
Look low post.
He's there, isn't he? Wheeler makes a spin. He knocks it in. You like that? Wheeler makes a spin and knocks it in.
You're a poet and you don't even know it.
Long fella. Big foot or something. There's that 3. That's the sophomore.
Worman.
This Brandon White's dad was telling me that those 2 sophomores have been playing together ever since they were like 5th grade. So they know each other real well on the floor.
Nice pump fake.
Good hustle by Robinson to keep the ball alive.
Need a bucket and a stop.
They're wanting carrying the ball by Dickens. And he's gotten away with it all year, but he does carry the ball.
Give him a year. Yeah, give him a summer. Robinson. Give Robinson a summer.
Yeah. I would love to see him up at this level within a couple games of the season and see where he'd be now. (24-17).
That's what I stressed to my freshman team after our last game. We got beat bad by 20 points, but The talent's there.
Yeah.
And even though Brian Robinson's playing varsity right now, he's still only a freshman. So they got to join back up sooner or later.
Sooner or later.
And when they do, watch out.
Wheeler comes off the rebound, comes down, sets it up. 17-24 is the score. Timmons has got to look for that shot. He can't wait.
Right there.
Timmons got that one.
All day long.
But Van Horn's got to look for that shot. He's got to be a little, be set when he receives the ball. He's got to be in that triple threat. Look here. You got to get out on this kid. That's the sophomore Warman. You got to get in his face. That's the second three, third three.
Yeah, got to get a hand in his face. Or approach him and make him put the ball on the floor.
That's right. By watching him put it on the floor, and he can do that too. 5'7". Seems like a little 5'7" boy just wear us out.
Kind of like that. What is it, Ever Ready Bunny?
Yeah.
Or is it Duracell?
He keeps going and going.
One or two.
Ever ready. That don't sound right.
Energized.
Yeah. Ever ready.
Until I buy them cheap batteries.
Dickens for three. It's no little strong.
Timmons.
Back up.
With two.
Timmons.
Kept the ball above his head, got the rebound, kept it above his head, back in the bucket.
Good job. Makes the score 27-21. We got a timeout.
Called Timmons the Ever Ready Bunny.
Ever ready. Ever ready rabbit. We ain't got no bunnies on this team.
They call it bunny shot. No, they still say bunny shot.
Layup. Bunny shot.
That's old school, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Now it's a dunk. I was wondering why when y'all used to go coon hunting in the lake, it wouldn't be bright enough to see the coon. Talking about shoot him, you couldn't see him. Them cheap batteries. I went coon hunting one time with JP and a bunch of them guys. Next, went hunting for them, and they was in the hog barn, in the hog box, sleep. I'll never forget that. I'm glad there wasn't no big sows in there. Somebody'd been in trouble. 27-21. You see that pass just there just a minute ago? Come to the ball. Van Horn goes up, comes down strong. Lemon can cut into this lead now as coach calls for motion.
Reverse it, now Penny. Over the back.
A little too aggressive.
That's a foul on Bexley.
Oh, was it? It looked like it was on Dickens, the way he come over the back here. Good call, Coach. We do have the little league be coming up here in a little bit.
We got Edley and Clemens into the game for Robinson and Dickens.
Is this a team that, no, Dickens didn't start, did he?
No.
Timmons gets jammed up under the bucket there, and here comes Bexley.
Lining in a 2-3 zone. At least it looks.
Kind of patted down.
Yeah.
Kind of a cheap foul.
They were concerned with Duffy, and White slipped in and got the rebound.
Tell us how you stopped the team from getting 100 points when you was a freshman. If the other team got 100 points, you're just going to have to run until your feet fell off. How'd you stop it?
Play good defense. I was on the bench, and I hollered to the guys on the floor, hold the ball.
Hold the ball.
Hold the ball.
They can't score if we hold the ball, huh?
Yeah.
Save the day. 29-21. Wheeler gets away clean. Good fake.
Got to shoot into him. Pump him again. That's it.
And he drew a foul for JR. They called on the floor?
2 on Dumpy. We need to go at him real quick.
Got to get him out of the game.
They may take him out now.
They've got 7 fouls, believe it or not, this quarter. So we're going to shoot the 1-1.
He's got to come out so he won't pick up that third.
JR. Huh?
Why you got me set up like that?
You used to have a setup like that, didn't you?
No, we started to get one of those. We'll talk, Carl will get a shot of it in a minute. We're talking
You gonna figure it in
another $5,000.
figure it in next year's budget?
Hell yeah, what budget? Last night I asked for a raise. You can hear it on there, Carl. He said, yeah, I'll give him half of mine.
After he walked out here?
Yeah. Yeah. Then I had to give him a ride home. He told me I'd give him a raise. He's going to pay me for taking him home.
Yeah.
Free taxi.
He said it's a long walk.
Yeah. He walked all the way out here. That shows his dedication. That man lives in Upper Arlington and walked all the way out here. He's at almost every girls' game. You can't get the people in the town to come to the game.
That's called a country mile, isn't it?
Hoop and a holler.
Don't fall asleep.
Load in. We got 10 seconds.
White ball.
Out of bounds to London. 29-22. So London right now is only down by 7. Going into half, if we can hold it here. Trouble.
Get in.
And we're going to run out.
Down 7, 29-22 at the half. Here comes the kids.
Yep, kids are coming in.
Saying, don't lose on TV.
So right now, my big scores for London, Tim has got, I got him with 10 points in the first half. And Wheeler, 9. That's the bulk of our scoring right there. Now we have the Pacers and the Celtics. I think these are the smaller ones. What, this will be 4th and 5th, you say?
3rd and 4th.
Oh, they have a 3rd and 4th now.
Yeah.
So this ought to be interesting. On the Celtics, we have Alexander Gessel, Billy Daly, Nick Newman, Michael Morris, Casey Morris, Kyle Kleeman, Brett Bennett, Connor Simpson, Tucker Wiseman, and Justin Gray. And on the Pacers, we have Matt, is that Schwab?
Schwab.
Is that the one's got all the money? Jacob Estep and Chris Blaine, Mark Aliff, Andrew Stork, Jackson Riffle, Tyler Smith, Pat Atkinson, Chris Stonecipher, and Jacob Madison.
Schwab, he just spelled it out.
Yeah.
C-H-U-A-B.
That's number 5.
We got number 22. Casey Morris. You want to see a kid knock the cover off a baseball, you ought to see that little Morris kid play.
That one there?
Yeah. He's just an athlete.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't want to give up that ball to the wrong person. This is where it all begins. Parents get a copy of this tape and look back on their kids 15, 20, 30 years from now, won't believe it. Casey's got the ball. So you're saying Casey at bat, didn't Casey strike out or something?
Casey?
Mighty Casey? See, that's Red Rooster's claim to fame.
What's that?
Baseball. New York won this year. And somebody went and bought him a hat from New York. He was with the Atlanta Braves. He just jumps on the bandwagon.
Morris for 2.
Casey Morris. Say you just don't want to lose on television, huh?
No, it's okay if they lose tomorrow. At least we don't get beat on TV.
And you know they're watching it too.
Oh, there's the pass.
And it's broken up by number 12.
Andrew Stork.
And another steal.
By Kyle Kleeman. Who's number 5, Gary? Can you keep Matt Schaub? SCHUAB.
That's what he said. So that's what I'm going to say. Oh, good turnaround.
And we got
fake.
Nick Newman with the good defense.
Mick Newman.
Is it Mick or Nick?
Oh, I thought you said his last name was Mick Newman.
Nick Newman.
And we got some subs in now.
He said this is where it starts.
This is where it all begins.
Fundamentals.
Oh, they're finding out who they got too. Come on, let him have the ball. I guess that's the rule. They have to come down and, oh, they're out on this basket. Everybody was playing on the other end of the floor, and the ball was being taken out on the opposite end of the floor.
We got point guard Tucker Wiseman.
Oh, you see the pick? Now we got a ball handler. What are we going to do here? We're getting him a shot to shoot.
Which one's the...
Which one?
Okay, that was a steal by... I'm lost.
Number 5, whichever one, whichever. Celtics beat Green, so that was a steal by Schwab. Another steal by
SCHUAB.
Yeah, he's getting shots, and when I saw him go down the floor just a while ago, he had somebody defending him. He didn't take it to the bucket. He backed off and let the defender go on and then shot.
Yeah, Chris Blaine with 2 strong rebounds.
Oh, look at this. Gonna be an alley-oop.
Shoot it.
Get in, ball. We got a minute and a half to go, and the kids are having a ball. Schwab shot almost every shot down there. He didn't get that one.
25. Mark Ayla.
Good job.
Can't you keep up with this, Gary?
No.
See the good job I'm doing.
I think you're doing a fine job. If you're bucking for more money, you might well forget that. Carlton drained me. He renegotiated his contract this year.
More money? I just want some money. Here we go.
I'll go down and buy you a Dixie burger.
He dribbles. Oh, he gets his own rebound.
And a block
and
by
another
number 2.
He's padding his rebound stats.
He sure is. Just don't get beat on television. 47 seconds. Oh, he's off and running. Number 32, let me get him. 32 is over here.
Tyler Smith.
Old Tyler. T.L. Smith. He looked up the clock and lost the ball. Uh-oh. Good pass. Good shot. Almost. E-Step missed that shot that time, but he was trying.
Who we got here?
We got Bexley running down. And that ends the game. And a game between the Celtics and the Pacers.
Michael Moore.
We have a winner. The Celtics and the Pacers both win. There's no losers in this game here. That's great. Scoreboard clock, we got under 50 seconds. Oh, look now. Amelia's acting like she won.
Bingo.
Oh, she did win. Harris won the money.
Lad's always getting a hug.
I know, yeah. Harris just won the money. I thought she was going to jump over the bleachers.
Looks like she got $40 worth of tickets.
Yeah. Well, you get an arm length for $5. And she's got some pretty long arms. And the guy who was selling tickets, she said, no, I want my arm length, not yours. He was kind of short-armed. So we're down to...
Yeah. Did that violate any rules?
Oh, Lord, yeah, that makes her qualify as a professional. Being paid,
Yeah.
better check that out. Wilford, you better check it out, man.
Can you explain to me why these kids coming in, they know the game's getting ready to start and they walk on the court?
I know it. And just come out of the rain. I guess it's raining cats and dogs out there. I told you the guy come in a while ago and had 2 Beagles with him.
2 what?
Beagles. Raining cats and dogs out there.
Oh. Okay.
It takes a while, but you'll get it. Yeah. I'll never forget that. Bobby Hoosier accused me of shooting his Beagle when we was hunting one time. He still says I shot his Beagle. Lennon, you know, Van Ort hadn't shot for quite a while.
Challenging.
He was setting that up all the way.
If Bobby said you shot his dog, you shot his dog.
I did. Bobby, I didn't shoot your dog, buddy. I got the rabbit.
Clemens.
JR just done took over. Here comes the sophomore. Smith, good pass.
It's a good place. Off the travel
And it's a
play.
good call. I'm glad we got that call. They're getting away from us. This is 31-22. Nine-point difference now, or 11-point difference. Van Horn, I just said something about him not shooting. He threw that one up, but it didn't draw anything.
It's like Bexley's trying to pick up the tempo. Blocked by Timmons.
Good bug, good dock for Timmons. Well, I don't know why, but it seemed like London, when they was in that fast tempo earlier, they were hanging right with them. Tried to draw a foul, didn't quite get it. Clemens out front.
I wish we had freeze frame on this or instant replay. When a man's on Timmons' back, he has to get the ball. See, the ball has to go inside now.
And a little jump hook.
You got a man on your back, you got to get it there.
That's about the only time you can get it. If you get the good post up like that, and you don't work that hard to post up, you're expecting the ball.
Yeah. And if he's fronting you, hit him, and call for the ball reversal.
Yep.
That's frustration foul
Yeah.
by Clemens.
He's had his fair, because his fair share of frustration, because they've been on him all year. It seems like the teams just pick somebody and they just pick him out, and they just wear him down.
Teddy's a shooter. This is the first year. I mean, pretty much forced to play the point guard spot, and that takes a lot out of you.
I believe I would be looking for somebody else to be the point guard, because he was a shooter in the lower grades. Him and Jones.
Clint Jones, yeah.
Clint Jones. I'd love to see Clint Jones in there.
Teddy, Clint Jones, and Josh Dickens, they work together handling the basketball.
Right.
And now Teddy's.
As Wheeler throws one up, it won't go in. Looks like it might be out of bounds in London.
I mean, you got to bring that ball down the court. Usually you got to guard the other team's point guard, is usually the fastest man on the court.
So you're working double trouble.
Yeah. And that jump shot gets short. Timeout London.
Timeout.
31-24. Key possession.
There goes some of your players over there. They're wanting some TV time, Carl. Can you pick them up? They're going up in the stands right under the flag. That's Ungerman and who?
Stephen Kreiner.
Stevie.
Just call him Stevie.
Craner. Yeah,
Kreiner. I've been calling him.
Yeah, they're wanting some TV time. So there you go, fellas.
I've been calling him Kreiner all year.
I was doing that too, and they straightened me out. So when I write it down, I write Kraner.
I call him Fred Sanford, because he's got that walk, that Fred Sanford walk.
Yeah.
I say Fred. He said, "Who's Fred Sanford?"
He'll be on you, Coach. He had a good bunch of kids, I tell you.
So I was going to bring in Sanford and Son tape and let them watch it. There's Dominguez. Yeah, they are a good group of kids.
What was your final record, if you don't mind saying?
8-9, I believe.
Oh, that's not bad for, you lost the biggest, one of your main starters, and went to varsity, ended up on varsity. There's a lot of pushing off, but nothing called. 31-24, game has come to a standstill.
And they're capable of more.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen that. What I liked about them is they never give up. They fought right down to the end.
Don't leave him. Push it, Teddy. Not that way.
Yeah, I know. They're playing defense. They're getting back. They're challenging every play, every move.
Bucket by Duffy.
And using the board. Using that window. 33-24. Get stopped in there, nowhere to go. Big Duffy land on you.
Shoot it.
Here we go. He'll hit that one. Van Horn won't go. Is that Van Horn that's on the freshman? Is that his brother?
Yeah.
Okay. Duffy. He gets the ball in there. You know where it's going.
You know Dick Reynolds has his eyes on Duffy.
Yeah. Dick Reynolds went for his, I haven't checked the paper out, but he was going for his 500th win the other night. So I'm not sure whether he got it or not, but as long as he's been coaching,
I believe he got it.
You would think he'd have more than 500, because he's been
a lot of wins.
And after you think about it, it is, as you break it down into years.
Yeah.
Because he has very few years he doesn't have a big winning season, probably 20-game wins. We got a few people out here, but nothing like I'd like to see. 35-24 now. They have extended the lead to 11. I said 11 while ago, and it was 9. I was waiting on you to correct me, but you're getting slow in your old age.
I know.
Is Gustin, was he anywhere near your age?
Just Gustin. No.
He older?
Yeah, he's older than me.
Is he? Because the reason I asked, because I seen he had a little boy out there. I guess he got a little boy, looks like he's about 5 or 6 years, 7 years old, something like that.
Least I think. Guston played for Urbana probably, what, late 70s, early 80s?
Might have. Be more like Gary's, about 40, 41. It's all right. You got to challenge him.
Yeah.
You got to take it to him. And once he gets a little weight on him, learns how to lean.
Yeah. That's what I encourage.
Get him on your back.
He blocked the shot, but I say 85% of the time, ouch, that's dangerous. You're going to get the ball back unless you've got a guy that knows how to block the shot and tip it to one of his teammates,
right? Like
Bill Russell used to do.
Yeah, him. I remember Gary McNeil used to do that too. He was really tough with it.
Young Gary.
Gary Senior.
Oh.
Yeah. That's Red.
Wheeler.
We'll have to run down there tomorrow and see Red. He usually buys on Saturday morning. They call him Juan Valdez. They are. Oh, there's a shooter.
Was he a coffee bean picker?
The coffee man. I don't see how the Dixie stays in business. They drink so much coffee and throw up a quarter. Here's a quarter for 10 cups of coffee.
Red taking advantage.
Yeah. Oh, you know, Red's. He says he's never been sick a day in his life, and I think he's 97 now.
Loving to death.
I'll tell you what, he's been around those kids for
leave Red alone.
Years.
Challenge. That's it.
Last night, that would have been a jump ball.
You want to explain the jump ball?
Yeah. 2 hands on the ball, 1 offense, 1 defense, jump ball.
What happens if you have 5 hands and a foot?
Somebody's cheating.
Someone's playing soccer, huh?
That's usually down in Cars Run. That's where they play that jump ball. Oh, I better not say that. Wheeler.
Robinson for 2.
Gives him 4. He got a pretty good put back there.
Need a stop. Need a stop.
Leonard's got it down to 9. Single digits.
Over and back.
All right. That's a sophomore mistake here.
He backed up and see that line. He said, oh, boy.
What am I doing here?
Yeah. That's like on that 12-story building and you step back and you're on that ledge. Oh.
They look down.
Yeah. Like, oh boy.
That's my car down there I'm going to fall on. Duffy, he's there to clean it up. The little boys will put it up. Duffy's there to clean it up. Yeah, you believe Reynolds got his eyes on Duffy.
Yeah. Yeah. MAC, OAC.
Reynolds ought to be about ready to retire, shouldn't he?
What are you trying to...
Dick been up there 50 years.
Reynolds got 25
he
more
older
years.
Than me.
He got 25 more years left.
Little Bob hears this. Freshman outdid himself on that rebound.
Yeah.
Looked like he's trying to snatch it. I don't know. Has he got pretty good sized hands? Joe Young was up there last night. He held his hands up. You couldn't see mine.
Yeah, he's got the big hand.
We're under a minute. 28-41. Clemens is yet to score. I don't think he shot over once. Here we go. I called that one. Ooh. Got to go after it hard. I can see Robinson running right through that two men there, coming up with the ball.
What I like though is Robinson. Don't leave. He's forcing Duffy. Duffy stepped it up.
Yeah.
So So what that tells me is Robinson is at least getting at him a little, not messing with his mind. Robinson's playing aggressive.
Duffy's got to make a statement.
Yeah.
This 6'4" freshman's not going to come in here and take me out of my game. As Worman, they had a good quarter that time.
43-28.
Yep, London ended up scoring 6 points that quarter. So it's kind of quiet right now. So it turned into a runaway. Those girls had a heck of a game the other night. They were down. It was back and forth almost the whole game until the last couple minutes. And then Craner took over.
Yeah.
She went into a mode, buddy, and I think she had about 7 or 8 points, 9 points right in a row.
Think she can take her brother one-on-one, Stevie?
I don't know. Stevie's pretty tough.
Yeah, Stevie's tough.
Yeah, he wanted to be on TV. We tried to find him. I hope we found you, Steve. Yeah, I've been watching that game all night, but they've been definitely getting off. Just can't get it to fall. 43-28.
They will run the weave. Robinson with the block.
That's what the big men can do for you. Now rewarding.
Take the charge, take the charge. Nice pull up by Duffy.
And a rebound by Dickin, and here he comes. Clemens free.
Court three.
That's his first points for tonight.
Timeout Bexley.
Like you said earlier, he used to be a scorer. And just being a point guard now is taking him completely out of his game.
You run him off a couple picks.
Yeah.
And, you know,
do a little Bobby Knight basketball.
Yeah, he has to set up and shoot it, but when he's on, he's on.
He can shoot. They're not going to give him time. He starts stroking like that. These guys are pretty quick to the ball. The thing of it is, we know he can do it. (31-43). We got 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Get out.
He made a decision in the air whether to pass or shoot, and lucked it in, and called board.
It's called luck.
Yeah, half of the game is luck. Timmons for two. 33-45. London's got to pick it up.
The defender.
Yeah, Timmons was looking him right in the face when he turned around. And
who got the ball?
He got to show a fake. Yeah, like you said just a while ago, you got to challenge him. Most of the time you'll get the ball back. I don't know about no 90%, but
80.
33-45. 12-point difference. That's the sophomore.
Werman.
That's just a case of being out hustled. You know, I was looking out there when we got on the floor. Have we had Robinson and Edley in there together under the bucket? Looked like that would be with Edley's wide body, to take up put some pressure on that JR. Think basket, boys. Oh man, it just won't go over that rim. Wheeler had a couple shots to try that time. JR pulls up. Rebound, Timmons. Good fake by Dickens, and he finishes. That's his first two of the night, unofficially. 35-49. And they slowly keep inching the lead farther. 51-35 now. And we got Duffy. That ought to be about 4 on him, shouldn't it? 3.
You trying to foul the man out?
I want him out of there. He's done enough damage. You'd have him out of there, wouldn't you? You'd be posting up, tooting your horn. I want the ball, I want the ball. Good fake. And Clemens strokes another one. Need about 5 of them more real quick. 38-51. That's how you break the press, Charlie. I haven't called you Charlie. I don't know where that come from.
Charlie.
I don't know where that come from. It just said Charlie. I was off somewhere. I want to give out a shout out to Bill Markley. Bill used to have a little grocery store called the Far East Market. And he done pretty good in it for a while. Yeah, down there on
Far East Market on the south side?
Yeah, it was over there. It was.
Only Bill.
I don't know why he called it the Far East Market. Yeah.
That's why it closed.
Nobody finds it. Let's go, Ryan. Good job.
That's what it was. No. Bill used to sell papayas and watermelon. He had a good business down there.
Far East Market on the south side.
South side. Carl would have to say that, wouldn't he? Steal by Robinson. Good dish off. And when Timmons shot that ball, he was looking at that 5'7" boy, looking down on him instead of looking at the bucket to put it in. The kid was coming up to his elbows. Those shots you got to have. 40-51. They're down. We're back within 11 points.
Far East Market on the south side.
Owned by Bill William Markley.
Pass it and get it back, Teddy. Pass it and get it back.
They had good intentions on that. 40-51. 3.5 minutes to go in the contest period.
Good scoreboard shot, Carl.
Way to go, Charlie. I gotta figure out where that Charlie come from. Who is Charlie? Uh-oh, we're doing a tomahawk.
Where's
That
Ladd
spells trouble.
at? Where's Ryan Ladd at? He's running around
He's
somewhere.
probably running it.
He's somewhere trying to get a hug.
Oh, yeah. Ryan, he's my man. I don't see him right now, but he's probably in that cheering session right there. You know, he runs about anywhere from 5 to 8 miles every day, if not more.
I told you.
I go about 5 feet.
We was at the Jazz and Rip Fest. Him and his dad almost ran Kenny G over
Oh, did he?
downtown Columbus.
Oh, man. I know Kenny didn't like that. Kenny G.
He almost dropped his sacks.
Socks. JR done stepped his game out to the above the foul line. Clemens comes up strong with the rebound and hangs on to it. Good job. Teddy boy. 40-51. We can use another 3 here.
Spot up, Ted.
That's called taking it to the hoop strong. Well, have you spotted Ryan yet? Of course, Ryan does everything. He might be running the concession stand right now.
I think he's assistant athletic director.
He's a busy man. He's all over the place. Ryan does it all. I tell you what, he's a good kid.
Yeah, he comes out here, gets the bleachers out,
Yeah.
gets the scorers table set up.
Anybody could be proud to have a kid like that. You don't ever hear nobody getting in any kind of trouble. Friends with everybody.
Ran Kenny G over.
Yeah. Poor Kenny. We got a timeout here.
9-point ball game, 2:57.
Can't seem to get past that 9. And when we did that, when the score changed like that, is when we substituted 3 people all at one time early in the game. Can you do that? Can you flip like that?
Yeah.
You're lying.
Great. Remember Greg Moxley used to do it?
Now Greg could. Well, if you fouled him up at the court, he'd do a flip. Greg never fouled though.
He's like mess with Greg. You know, every time Greg hear your shoes squeak, like squeak, squeak, you say travel, he travel.
That's Greg. Does he still try to play ball?
No, I don't either.
Yeah, them numbers will catch up with you after a while. Looks like Bexley's going into a slowdown mode. Keep away.
Oh! We gotta get a couple more fouls.
Yeah, we've only got 3, so we can come out of that
Trap.
zone.
We should be able to get this. We have to burn a timeout.
Finally got them down in the corner of that trap. They were moving the ball pretty good there for a while. 42-51 with 2:20 to go in the contest. I watched Carl but he catches people off guard. They probably see themselves on television. Oh, is that me? 42-51. I was kind of thinking we could win this game. Going into it.
In it to win it.
Get Teddy a couple more 3s. Pretty quick. Looked like they didn't quit shooting. got it to 7.
Oh, Wheeler, you got to get that. You got to get it.
He let a man come from clear behind him.
He thought it was going out down.
Now you got to go after all of them, especially when you're down. Wheeler spots, quick one, off the front of the rim, back up by the freshman.
7-point ball game, 46-53, 1:32 left in the fourth.
He scored on almost every quarter. That's good. You got that, had that down pat, didn't you?
Yeah.
We got it down to 7, huh?
Miss Daniels.
Where's he at?
Oh, he's up there by Miss Daniels.
Okay, yeah, he usually sits with her a lot.
Miss Long.
Oh, finally found him.
Mr. Daniels is sitting up there beside him saying, "Don't you try to hug me."
Yeah, Mr. Daniels, he's something, boy. I like him. I know. Going to get Clemens for a foul.
Yeah.
That's pretty quick. We still got a couple to give. 1:31 to go. Did he put the ball on the floor then? It looked like he ran about 3 steps. Good. That's called being in the right place at the right time.
Nice pass.
Clemens gets time. Sink it, baby. Clemens for 3.
Nice pass by the freshman. Clemens stepped up.
And we're getting this game. Got a quick foul, I believe. But we still got another one to give. 49-53. That was a beautiful, beautiful play. I got the enemy up here beside me, Tom. He's calling. I think he might have played the game before he knows a little bit about it. That's right. That's my game. Keep attacking. Dunn has picked up the intensity on the pressure. I said a while ago that Bexley was not looking to score.
I think I'd foul White. I'd foul him.
You can't get close to him. We're down to 42.4 seconds.
See who?
4-point game. You can't get close to White. White gets rid of that ball. He finds the open holes, and then he'll get rid of it as soon as it gets to him.
He looks like he wants it, but he's a sophomore. Who's at the line?
That's his daddy right over here talking about shoot it. Oh, we taking it back out. And he's right, I think.
Who we have?
You got a layup, take it.
We got a senior at the line. Hey, that foul sophomore.
No pressure on the senior. Yeah. That one sophomore, he won kills about three trays. No mas, man, no mas. Very good. 55-49. Around half minute, you ain't got time to play. Bingo.
Clemens for 3. What'd I tell you?
He's in that zone. They don't break his chest down there. And we're back with them 3 points.
What did I tell you about Theodore? Huh?
You said it. Did you coach him?
Freshman year, yeah.
Okay. Oh, look, and what's in done come clean out of the stand?
Who?
Ryan.
Where's he at?
Right over here on the steps.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's wild now.
There he goes.
London got back in the game. Okay. Getting no response this time.
Who's he gonna hug?
That boy got energy to burn. That boy shoots like that, he just don't shoot. Yeah. That's 4 in a row in this quarter. 4-3. I was getting ready to call him Buchanan, but that's Dickin, isn't it? Uh-oh, we got a little...
Who we got, 24?
Little confrontation there. Was he? Talking about football game?
Yeah.
Both of them were quarterbacks.
Dickens just told him I'm going deep on you.
Yeah. And he said, yeah, deep to that other foul line. And Timmons goes up strong and turns that rebound. We can cut, we can tie it up here. Don't do anything crazy, we got time. Oh man.
Fouling. They fouled the right one.
I will find out. I don't think they did. This kid's been in this situation before. Watch him, he's a freshman. He'll step up there and drain it.
Whack corners deadly. Anytime you get that ball in that
Pressure
corner.
bites you, young man. They can handle it. His dad said he can handle it.
So like.
In and out. The game's still on the table.
No timeout. Get it out of that corner.
Dickens is going for a win, or for the tie. Oh, man. And I'll tell you what, I know it was a pressure situation, but I would have been looking for Clemens for that shot. He's had 4 threes in a row in this quarter. He's got the hot hand. I'd have been looking for him. Yeah, I said going for the win. I meant time. Here's the man that no pressure. He just goes up there and throws it in like, you know. Tell you what, London made a game out of it anyway. That's good to see. We got 2 more. We got Lakewood next week, and the following week got mine and Trey. So I'd say it's probably about out of reach now. They're not going to let him get it all. He's going to show it. Get in. Wheeler up for 2, and we're going to end the game. Give us 2.
57.
54-57.
I quit keeping score.
I did too, so I don't know who got what. But it was a really good game. 57. As we get the sportsmanlike handshakes there, Coach Long. It was a very hard-fought contest. At one time, London was down by at least 15. They fought their way back to within 1 shot, 3-point shot, and then we just weren't able to get any closer.
Didn't give up.
Didn't give up. So I'll tell you what, folks, I think I got. I may have some freshmen. It's part of the freshman game that they won the other night. I think I got that, and I'll give that to you. And the Little League kids. So in the meantime, Tom, I want to thank you for coming up, and I'm looking for you for the next 2 weekends.
Okay.
If you got to find in your busy schedule to help me out.
We're done.
No, we ain't done yet. In the meantime, it's Gary McNeil.
Tom Wilson.
And Carly, you want to come over here, Carly?
Here you want my seat?
Carl King saying good night. I'll see you, but I wouldn't want to be. Adios. Arrivederci. Bye. Yeah, we got a little treat for you folks tonight. Got the LABC Youth Basketball 2001.
TJ's telling us keep a lookout for number 21.
Uh-oh. 21 and the Spurs.
That's Michael Hill.
That's in the black team, right?
Yeah.
Spurs. Is that another one of TJ's kids? Children?
Yeah. He can shoot them.
He got kids all ages, ain't he? TJ, he's busy. Let me see. Got on the Spurs, we got Michael Hill, number 21. Matt Raleigh, number 30. Adam Eads, 54. Zach Eads, 22. Jarrell Pickens, 55. Steve Dowler, 23. And Corey Boggs is 24.
Oh, they're running OSU.
Uh-oh. Oh, look at here. What grade is this?
I believe it's the
listen to them talking.
5th and 6th graders. Number...
And for the Warriors, we got Tyler Elliott, Zach Peterson, Kyle Scott, Andy Kite, Tom, how you say that name? Schendelmeyer.
You got it.
Help me.
Oh,
Daniel Branham, Jeremy Swire. Better put my glasses on. And Joshua Place. Oh, a little ball fake. Good up with a one-hand runner. I noticed that shot. And the guy who's coaching these kids in the yellow is Weedle Peterson.
Richard Peterson.
His name's Richard too, isn't it? Well, they call him Weedle.
Yeah, but he goes by Richard.
Okay,
now.
he goes by Richard now. So it's Richard Senior and Richard Junior down there.
Senior did.
Okay. He changed. He's like Cookie Cunningham. He wants to be Richard Cunningham now. He's still Cookie to me.
That's Richard's son, number 11. I believe his name's Zach Peterson. And that's Joe Smith's brother, number 30. Where's he at on there?
Which Joe Smith? Who's Joe Smith?
On the varsity team.
Oh, okay.
London's varsity.
This Peterson team.
Matt Raleigh.
Eads scores one. Well, what I was getting at, I saw a shot by this Peterson's team. And I know that Richard Sr. is helping coach him, which is great. His main shot was a one-hand push shot with the right knee coming up real high.
At Lily Chapel.
At Lily Chapel. Him and David. Oh, there's 9 brothers.
You got Michael Hill with the double clutch. The Lily Chapel crew, huh?
And we got Robinson. That's the Robinson boys on the varsity's dad out there doing the officiating out there.
Tyler Elliott.
"21 in the blacks." Who we're supposed to be watching?
Michael Hill.
Michael Hill. TJ, don't make me say nothing wrong about him if you're coaching. Make it all be good, boy. Play running out. Buckeye again. Uh-oh, a little jump shot.
He's down by Eads. 24 is Corey Boggs.
You know, they had Hill, the father. He was on. They had a pretty good team when he was in high school. They went pretty good ways in. I think they went clear to the regionals. And lost out in the final of the regional. Good 2-foot jump stop. Good fake.
And that is Kyle Scott with the hustle.
Zach Peterson, number 11. They got him as number 11. He's okay. 22 is Kyle Scott.
Kyle Scott.
I don't know if I know his dad.
They're fighting for the ball. I think Eads wants to shoot it. There goes Hill.
Oh no. He almost threw that one in.
Got the rebound, and he gets two.
Keep your eyes on Hill. Yeah, he's calling out the defense too.
Oh, Zach Peterson with the crossover. Richard would shoot it.
I know it. Was he pretty good in basketball? I don't remember him in basketball too well.
Yeah, he's a good basketball player.
I remember him mostly in football.
Quarterback for the football
Yeah, quarterback.
Team. Eads for two.
22. Number Eads.
Zach Eads. Got Tyler Elliott. Was he going to run play number one?
Yeah,
he
right
wanted
to him.
Get in there.
We got a minute and 12 to go. These kids are putting on quite a show.
Joshua Place, number 10.
Oh, good pass by Eads. Almost got an assist out of it.
These kids' main thing is don't get beat on TV. Don't get beat on TV.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
Well,
they can lose during the regular season, but at least we don't get beat on TV.
I'll tell you what, if they're watching out,
Elliott with the steal and the shot.
If the parents are watching, if they're not counting the scores, they're not going to know who won, because as far as I'm concerned, everybody wins in this program.
He's going to try it again. Boggs with the rebound. Yeah, he's a good passer.
We're down to a half minute.
And we got a traveling call.
Who's that official? I know him, I can't say his name.
Stifler.
Stifler, right.
You got Brian Robinson's dad refereeing at the other end. He looks like he can still play. He's got the strut.
Yeah.
He's got the strut, doesn't he?
He's kind of cooling it down the floor.
Hill with the steal.
He don't come too far down the floor, though. He never got off the end line.
Yeah.
Very good job by the LABC, Spurs and Warriors. Here we have the freshman game. Who we playing? Watkins Memorial, Carl? Columbus Academy, okay. And we just now got enough signal hooked up to pick up something. There's only 3 minutes and 25 seconds left in the game. London is leading by a score of 35-28. I think I got some names here somewhere. Okay, I have the 9th grade boys here. I can give you about what I can. And you said there's who we're playing, Carl? Columbus Academy, okay. Columbus Academy in London. I think London had about a 15-point lead when I came in. Now it's down to about 7. Still 7. Out of bounds to Academy. Coach Wilson had a pretty intense practice this week. I don't know what happened at Bexley last night. They played Bexley last night, so I don't really know what happened. Haven't had a chance to talk to him. But the boys looking pretty good here tonight. That's Eads right there, number 12, that had the ball. DeFilippo. And they're back in this game, Carl. With 3 minutes to go, we got a score of 36-31. Number 22, Ungerman, handling the ball right now. He goes back out to number 20. That's Craner. London's trying to run a little time off the clock, and they pick up a foul. Both teams are in the bonus, so there will be a bonus foul. I'm not going to have much time, Carl, because the reserve game starts at 6. We're looking at 5:33 already. I don't even have anything in the book for these people. Of course, we'll probably just get the second half reserve anyway, so we can add some of this on. Ungerman misses the first one. Got a mix up here. I said somebody's got 5 fouls. Where's he at? They say he's still on the floor. That would be on their team.
Should have stopped it.
We've got a little controversy going here. A little back and forwards with some of the fans in the stand from the other team. Obviously, somebody was on the floor or wasn't on the floor. Whatever. Sound like John, didn't I? And we get it. Did he miss it first time? Oh, so they evidently must have got to shoot it over.
Yeah.
And we're going to steal a point. That's Ungerman at the line. Makes it 37-31. They're bombs away. They are in this game. They're coming out to shoot. Up quick by number 44. That was Van Horn. I thought he was hurt. He got hurt in their last game, home game. But I can see he's back in there. 39-34. London. 5-point game here. And it's putting big time pressure. And we got a reach around foul on Van Horn, number 44. I tried to get here earlier, but I was down at the school trying to get some stuff on Channel 11 for the levy and get out here in time for the game, and we're here. Yeah, I'm gonna need a dizzy pill where I've been running. Number 24, I believe that is. He misses the first shot. Still have a 5-point game with 1:59 left to go in the contest. And 24. I don't have a name for 24 in here. 24. I'm sorry, young man. So Coach Wilson calls a timeout. Tommy Wilson, that is. We have 2 Wilson coaching. One Tom Wilson on the freshman and John Wilson on reserves. So I got a feeling Tom has been able to get all his players in with the big lead that he had earlier. he's really good about trying to see all the kids play. But he also realized that you're playing to win. You have to have the combination in there that's going to put the points on the board. .34. This is the freshman contest. 149 in the contest. London leading by 5, 39-34 once again. As number 20, Craner brings the ball up. Over to Hungerman, they're going to play a keep-away game. I look both ways. No foul. I guess it must feel his two best ball handlers on the other side, because he was staying with 22, which is Ungerman, and playing like a two-man game there. So Craner will go to the line. He'll be there in the bonus, so he'll be shooting 2. 1:24 left. They practiced pretty hard on those fouls, the shots this week. Those fouls killed him in the last game we was able to put on TV. And it shows. We count that one. We had a little talk when we explained to them, you know, these shots are free. So take advantage of it. Anything is free, you take advantage of it. Good job. So Craner knocks in 2, makes it 41-34 now. Isn't it funny how they can score all them points when it's desperate and all during the game they couldn't put them in? And we got a foul. Oh no, knocked out of bounds. As Ungerman was gone, I don't know where he was going, Carl. He looked like he was headed toward the mat. He knew where he was going though, because they had him blocked in. Got to keep your head up and dribble under control. Oh, they caught him again. Craner's got a chance to put a bunch of totals on his scoring column. Go to his free throw and get these free shots with the clock off. 41-36. Tonight is a triple header. That one just rolled off the front of the rim. Triple header tonight where freshmen and then the reserves and varsity, all three of them play tonight. So we'll try to bring you parts of every one of them, plus the Little League at halftime. Look at this. Man, I tell you, we gotta keep scoring. Come help him. There we go. Good job. Got it to Craner. He's going to be pinched. And that's what Coach Wilson was after. Put Craner on the line. Well, it's a three-point game now, Carl. We got to score here. We might look at going into overtime.
They couldn't play. They couldn't make a basket.
Earlier in the game, couldn't make a basket. That's funny how teams. It's funny how teams pick it up in the. All right, Craner with another one. So that makes it they're going to have to come up with 2 shots now instead of being able to tie it up with 1. Let's make it 2 big ones. Oh, out of bounds off London. And we got number 40 into the game for London. That's Lynch. And he comes in for 24, who I do not have a number for, a name for 24. Let's see if I can pick him out. I don't have a clue. So I believe we got a timeout Academy. I don't know what Coach Wilson's record is this year, but I know he's had some wins. He's done a real good job with these boys. He made mention to me that every one of these kids on this team are honor students. So it takes a little more of a challenge, he feels, to get them to play harder. They got to have a challenge because they're just so smart. And they pick up the plays and everything, but they just need that challenge to make them go ahead and attack the game. 43-39. They're going to run some time off clock. I don't think that was the game plan. Whoa. Lennon come up with the rebound. Number 40, Lynch. He picked up the rebound. He'll go to the line shooting two. $33-0. A lot of these boys are coming around from early when the preseason first started. They're showing a lot of progress. You know what are you on? Okay, good. I was going to say, because it's not on over here. I go, so I'm doing all this talking and we're not on? Okay, it's on now. 43-39. Still 4-point game. We need this one, pal. A little too hard. DeFilippo makes that move, knocks it out of bounds off of the Academy. It's a good move. Out of bounds to London. Like I said, all these boys are honor students from what I've been told. I guess it hit the side. I couldn't tell if it's rail here, but I'm wondering if that wouldn't still be in play if somebody grabbed it. Good hustle by Lynch. Saved it to himself. Clock's running down 16 seconds. Oh, DeFilippo. And we got 8.5 seconds left in the game. And Ungerman will go to the line. Like I said, Coach Wilson really stressed foul shooting this week and team play. I don't know what happened last night, but they're hustling tonight. Playing against Bexley, we were intimidated before we even go over there. So I'm really curious to find out what did happen over there. As Ungerman knocks one in, 44-39. And it's going to be out of bounds to London. 6.5 seconds. And it ain't over till it's over. We've heard that before. And they got a foul with no time off the clock. I guess if you're going to get the ball back, it's foul before they get in bounds. Keep that clock from running. All right. Who's that? Lynch. Lynch, yeah, he's a little muscle and he used that square. I knew a couple guys that did that.
Really?
We got to travel on Van Horn. Still 6.5. We got a timeout. It's going to be a two-shot game here. 2 threes, so it's going to be kind of hard for them to pull this one out. Then often make you wonder how they can knock in 6, 8, 10 points in the last minute or so of the game, and they couldn't make 10 the whole quarter and the quarters before. I'm not talking about these teams, but just most teams, that's the way it turns out. Get down to the last few minutes and everybody plays doubles up and plays harder. They're not going to let him have a shot. Counts it, but nope, no good. They took it away from him. So, Coach Wilson, Tom Wilson, comes out with a win with the freshmen, 45-39 against Academy, Columbus Academy.
They've got to, they're reaching for everything.
Yeah.
You know, last year, both of these clubs, neither one of us fared very well at the end of the season record-wise, but these are the two most aggressive teams in the conference.
Is that right?
Yeah, you put a score with this London's JV team and this Madison Plains team, you got two good ball clubs. And I think next 2 years you can just sit back and enjoy basketball here because they're going to win some ball games.
That's good to hear. They're running a lot of people in and out. Who we got in there now? Buchanan. Plains is pulling out all the stops. They want that ball desperately.
That's what I'm trying to teach Stephen Kreiner to do. When you got a man that reaches around like that all the time, take your dribble and then stop or back up into him to draw that foul because you know he's going to reach. So make it obvious. Or just keep on going with the ball.
Good fake there. Number 20,
Mike Capalvo.
28-17. Still got the 11-point lead.
Got to box out.
They're getting a lot of rebounds. Second attempts. Third attempt. And they knock it down. 28-19, London. 4:40 to go. Final period. Oh, we got a little excited. He said he was hit from the back, which of course caused a bad pass. And there might have been contact there. It was awful close.
Slow it down. Simmer down.
Let the clock be on your side. Well, what have you seen so far? Can you want to run it down to me? Since we've been watching the second half?
I don't know.
Usually I'll ask Lou, and he's got something for me.
I just see that Madison Plains is stepping up defensively, forcing London to take quick shots.
And London's kind of stepped up to the challenge because they're still holding an 11-point lead, which was pretty much the situation at halftime.
We're still okay. They're going to make their run. Like you said, it's a game. It's a game of spurts, a game of runs. They're going to make their run. You just have to be able to withstand it. Take care of business.
And yeah, they made a quick run. London only got, I think, 2, maybe 4 at the most in the third quarter.
Both teams are aggressive. Madison Plains, no quit. And this JV team for London, they're going to give it their all till the end, win or lose. Just got to take care of that basketball.
Yeah, Coach Wilson's doing a pretty good job. 2 Wilsons, ain't there? You, Wilson on the freshman, and Wilson on the reserves. You thought I was going to say something, didn't you? I'm going to be nice. You told what?
I told Coach Wilson about eating at McDonald's every day.
You eat McDonald's.
And you get nervous. The belly starts rumbling.
Yeah.
Now we got to set good picks.
Did I call him Buchanan a while ago or somebody else?
Buchanan.
Okay, because he's got a cousin who plays on the varsity.
Josh Dickens.
Yeah. Now that's Harvey's.
Now London's running the play. That's Harvey's grandson.
Right. And you guys were in the same grade, weren't you?
Yeah, Richie's his father.
How come your little boy's only in the 6th grade, 4th grade, and his is 9?
I'm not going to try and explain that one.
Somebody's upset. Out of bounds to London.
Ran almost a minute off the clock.
28-19 is still the score. 3:41.
Get out of that corner.
You're going to have to miss Tommy's game tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah.
They play in the morning?
They play at 1 o'clock. May catch the second half of it.
That makes it hard. I was talking to Daniels. They asked him to coach a girls freshman. He said he wouldn't do it because he's only got one daughter. And she plays in the 8th grade team. He said, I'm not going to give up my time for, not get to see her play.
Good hustle.
Good hustle.
You don't have to push it. Take the layup.
Yeah, got that right. And I don't even know why he tried to block it because he wasn't going to get up there with him. I guess you got to try.
Not a bad foul.
30-19. London's holding on. We're just under 3 minutes to go.
11.
This is a reserve contest. London and Madison Plains.
It is time consuming. I miss my daughter's game.
I know.
She got practice. But then again, I bring them out here with me. Or they follow me out here and drive me crazy.
Yeah, that's great. I'm sure they're getting some learning experience out here.
My daughter's hard-headed, she won't listen.
Yeah, family that plays together stays together. You guys are real close. They follow the sports. That's great.
Well, we got the band coming in.
Yeah, they're gonna make some racket. 30-19. Whoa. Picked up a tray there.
Catch the ball.
They got it down to 8. Out of bounds to London.
Jordan was forward center for years. Jordan Brock.
Yeah.
Now he's a guard.
And that hurts you because when you come up, being a forward center, you don't really learn how to handle the ball. Which makes me mad because I want to say everybody, I don't care if you're 6'9", you should learn how to handle the ball in lower grades. And Russell's attempt doesn't go. We got out of bounds too. Whoa!
Jump ball.
And they one referee's getting ready to say one win, the other said the other. Finally, they both agreed.
Now you want the team to run time off the clock, but at this level, it's hard to run a stall
I know.
for 2 minutes.
Usually, if you do, you don't get a shot. 30-22. Plains is taking a lot of time just to set up a play, and they're behind by 8.
Get out of there.
It's 3. They're behind by 5. Minute and 40 to go. Nothing better hold a composure. He might need a timeout. Get it to a guard. Minute 25 to go. 5-point difference, 30-25.
Now they'll go for 2.
These reserve games are always like that.
I think they'll go.
I don't know. I think if they got this kid pretty hot, he's gonna go for it. Whoa! We got a 2-point game, 30-28, and John called a timeout. Well, Carl, what'd I tell you? Game of run. I would have called a timeout before Russell got pinned in the corner over there. I'd have called a timeout right about that time. .30-28, with a minute 5 left, and Plains has come from 11 points down to make it a 1-possession game.
9-0 run.
Got that down, didn't you?
All in all, we're still up 2 with the ball.
With the ball.
Maybe not the momentum, but we got the ball.
He's got to have it. Now he needs the ball handlers in there who won't panic. Maybe draw a foul. A minute's a long time at this level. See if they put somebody on the ball, inbound.
Paul's on it. Give us the ball.
Yeah. They get 2 warnings. They get 2 buzzers. Come help him. Get up the floor. Oh, we got across half-court line anyway.
Be strong.
We're under a minute now. Oh, that was a hard call there. His back didn't come off the floor, so I don't know how. He slid a little bit, but he didn't have control of the ball, so how could they call travel? That was a hard call.
He didn't try to get up. Both teams are playing. They're going to run it down to 15, take a timeout. If they have any timeout.
Yeah, they better get a shot. They've been on fire here the last few minutes, though. Oh, blocked. Knocked out of bounds by the big man, Robinson. 25 seconds to go. We got a timeout. Still a 2-point game.
I say this over and over again. Both teams are playing hard, but only one can win.
That's right. Now who's it going to be? Everything was going in London's way. Sometimes that early momentum can hurt you.
Yeah.
All of a sudden the team catches fire and then you done lost and you start getting lackadaisical. Like that word, lackadaisical.
I say both of these teams are competitive. I say you put a shooter, either if a shooter comes from below or at a higher grade, you got 2 tough ball clubs.
2 good ball clubs. And they got a pretty deep. Plains' varsity's been doing pretty good. I think they're like about 8-2.
And they have a freshman on the varsity team by the name of Hopkins. Yeah, Hopkins. They say he's
been doing good. I've been reading in the paper about him. 30-28. They're coming on like London did that down at the Plains. The girls. The girls just squeaked one out Thursday night.
Don't give up a 3. Don't foul on the 3. Here comes OSU. Get out there, Owen.
He forced it. Oh,
that's a 2.
God.
That's a 2.
We needed a timeout. Do we have any?
Foul. 1-1. No, we're not in it yet.
Oh, boy, we're trying, won't we?
That was a 2. That was a 2. 2.
That can't change it now. He said 2. 2.
You see the players trying to get the 3s?
Yeah.
Smart group again.
I thought John would have called timeout as soon as they got the ball. I guess he wanted to get across half court.
Do you lob it to Brian Robinson?
5 seconds ago.
Just get the best available shot.
I think you play for. I don't know. We're going to go and try to get a score. I'd try to win it. I wouldn't want to go into overtime because he's got momentum going. We could have problems in overtime.
That's where John is. John's a good communicator. I get flustered in situations like that. He's a good communicator. You get down there, you get nervous.
Well, I watched you in that game here against, can't remember who it was.
Jonathan Alder.
Yeah, and I thought you did, even though you got beat by 2 or something like that. I mean, you was coaching right down to the last second. Using your timeouts wisely.
I used all my timeouts?
Yeah. Boy, you lost your big man.
Yeah.
The last 2 or 3 minutes of the game. And then you didn't have a go-to man then. 5.9 seconds. London's looking for somebody. Buchanan ain't scared to try it. Oh! And they won it. All right then. How about that, sports fans? And London is going crazy. They pulled it out in the last second. London wins by a score of 32-30 after getting beat down there about a month ago by about 30. They come back and win one, so these kids are really improved.
How many times has he been at the line, chance to win a ball game?
Ain't that, yeah.
And missed the free throw, missed the last shot.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Very good, Carl. London 32. Madison Plains 30 in a thriller.